Okay, the time is now to throw my voice forward. Not something I'm that fond of doing, really, it would seem. But this here is a 74,000 some odd specimen of first place performance by yours truly, Grandpa, playing under. There's a guy with great taste in clothes playing under the name Save Princess. This is my grandson's choice of skin, and why not? So hanging around with big boys. But this is not what I want to show you. Though let's note the number one on the leaderboard, Samurai Sausage. Remember Samurai Sausage, first place leaderboard. Well, it's going to be hard to forget because he's going to be on the leaderboard for a good long time. Oh, there it is. That is how not to go about an attack. And I want to jump forward to show you the converse of how you do go about an attack. This guy's going to be like following on my trail, on my tail, having a notion against me. Ha! Zamo. That's how you do an attack. And we jump forwards with a little bit of loss. Oh, right. This is basically about. I love this person's name. Get out my way, lady. It reminds me of a particular moment in my restaurant life of a fellow physically removing a woman server who's in the cook's way as he's walking down the hill, walking down the hall. Excuse me. So look at this. Here's my thumbnail moment. Isn't that beautiful? There's my thumbnail moment. It's like on one side, Samurai Sausage is the guy on the right, the first placer, and on the left is the fifth placer. Is the third placer wrapping the fifth placer. So, and here we're in just the wonderful spot for nice death cloud continuation. Cutting in with our new skills, getting all the cloud that we can get safely, and establishing ourselves as being pretty big. Pretty big. That could have been disastrous, but it wasn't, and we live on. Okay. On the way to greatness, you need some breaks. And this doesn't necessarily show you where the breaks is. Really, I want to go you back a little bit. Is this it? Whoa, 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 whoa. It ends up turning out okay. I can't really trust myself to get more than a slice of this. But it turns out okay, and we collect some more cloud. And it all looks quite smooth and according to plan, I suppose, or not. And then here's our big moment. Up in light, Save Princess. Cresting over 10,000. It's enough to make the leaderboard, as it usually, or it tends to be. Fair leaderboard. It's a mixture of real and imagined. Real players and bots. I suppose it was mostly a bots world, but a nice sprinkling. 401 players kind of suggests bots, and of course the game continuation is going to show that there are quite a few of them. But at least in these parts, we've got a fair number of real players. This is a very hot area that I found myself in. And you look at the map, well, maybe a little off-center, slightly off-center. I've seen better lately. But anyways, there we are connecting. I didn't mean to have us here for that long. Now here we have, let's see, killer one. Oh yes, is this guy. Ooch! Could not make it. And now this get on my way person, he's starting to get ambitions on me. The super fast guy has ambitions on me at this point. And notions, not completely settled notions, but that looks like the beginning of it. And I think I'm not meant for here. So we're going to take off. And I guess it's going to be about looking for new purpose. With get on my way, giving me a bit of a scare. I wonder if we can just get ourselves just a slight little bit of skip forward as things start getting interesting again. Now, I believe this person is now has a notion against me, and he's been the faster snake on the pursuit. And yeah. So he was faster, maybe bigger. He's going for it. He's going to get it. He is going to get it. I don't have it in him. I don't have it in me to stop him. The problem is he's going to get freaked out by get out of my way. As you know, the number 3 guy with a fondness for rats is on the scene, and I don't know if we're going to see it exactly, but there he is. He's on the scene, and he's going to scare, if it hasn't happened already, he's scaring the other Y. Yeah, get out of my way, lady. He's scaring the other Y out of the wrap and blowing right there, and I get a nice chunk of food along with staying alive. So thank you very much. Get out my way, lady, for scaring the person who wrapped me. And also thank you for blowing, pushing it to a bit much. And say Princess climbs and isn't done eating. Not by a long shot. All right. And we close, and it's also lovely. And is that person going to say, what are you doing talking so loud about? Hello? Doing fine. Are you hearing me? Did you hear me chortling or making noise? Oh, are you at Ann's? Oh, okay. Um, yeah, I'm here. Home. Yeah. I guess having what you're having sounds good. No, but your Burgerville idea sounds great to me. Um, oh goodness, whatever you were going to get. Yes. Okay, great. Great. Bye bye. Well, was that entertaining for you guys? One hopes. I'm not here for serious editing, obviously. Um, oh, did you see? What I wanted you to see was a very brief thing of 2 guys dying against my body at the same time, which I found amusing. Um, but anyways, I'm sure we're way beyond that, and this will get us more or less close to the next thing. Near broken play, but reset circle with someone inside. Oh, 2 guys inside. That's what this is about. So A broken play reaching too far to close. There's two guys going for the same food. And so I'm in this desperate state to reclose my circle, and I manage it. I think these people both turn out to be. I don't think they're both bots. But maybe they get distracted by each other and I think they make my job easy. Maybe by being distracted by each other. Maybe is that the one standing between the two that I caught. So basically, an adventure. Yeah, well, there one of them blows. Maybe one of them was a bot, one of them was real. Ooh, wow, we're here. Can we get that? No, but we get to extend ourselves. Anyways, an adventure. It all came out. It all what came out fine. Oh, yeah, I think our big moment here basically is that I suppose you missed. Maybe you've been watching the leaderboard. We had samurai sausage. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, a lot of people are just doing favors for myself, trying to get out, going for my head, going for an opening when I show them one. It's nice when the people inside my body die without a fight. You know, I have no intention of wrapping them, so they need to come to me to die. That is a nice bit of cloud, by the way. But Samurai Sausage, he got to 88,000 before he blew. And but I want you to continue to remember that name, Samurai Sausage, as we go forward. So 2338 or thereabouts, as I can reasonably get to it. I don't think it's going to get much better than this. Oh, yes. On my right-hand side, check this out. We have a wrap being performed there, green wrapping pink, and we have blue wrapping, what is that, tan? At the same time. Round and round it goes, and life goes on in its various forms. And then we jump ahead right around there, perhaps. Perhaps I'm not too late for what I wanted to show. As we go round and round. I think with the basic idea is that I make it first place here at 27,000. So now we have something that's on the level of recording for YouTube, based on the fact that I had made first place. But we are only 26 minutes into a life that lasts for me. So I suppose at this point I'm just kind of amusing myself. Heck, I'm in first place. Why not do something a little bit daring? Not the wisest idea. But I don't die from it. I don't die from my adventures of, trying something other than my safety circle. So it all works out just fine. Striking out on my own, going for a new life. So we're in our circle. We're in our circle now. And we're going to have a person with a notion against us. I believe it's this guy here. Tan and yellow taking off in the other direction. Let's see how this plays out. There he's going. He's going around me. And I think I'm going to recognize that as scrunched as I am, that this is dangerous. He's smaller, but this is dangerous. Boom! He misses. And we actually ended up having quite a bit of time to straighten our wobbliness out and get to eat a fair deal going. Now I'm disoriented, but I believe I've closed my circle, I guess, in the same direction that I started in it, huh? Oh dear, wobbliness, but I think we're going to cut in. I have a great deal of confidence that no one else is going to be in there because no one was in my body the first time around. We have some extension to go through, but anyways, we got through that alive. We'll get closer than this, I guess. This, is this, okay, so I need to fight for extension. I'm going to take this line here as my sign that I need to come back. That looks awfully like the bottom of the world. Oh! So we have a head-on. Yum, yum, yum. We have another, not quite a head-on, but more or less the same result. This is me basically making the decision that I would rather get extension than complete a wrap, than finish off a guy with a wrap. And it's become very fashionable, and I don't think it's a passing fad either, for us growing expert players in Slither to go for that extension rather than wrap, because you never know. Someone might be right there to if you compromise yourself by stretching yourself small, you're likely to get wrapped yourself. Particularly when it comes to bots, the bots will not require you to complete a wrap on them. They will not require you to compromise your body. They'll hang around the side of your body. Eventually, they'll kill themselves. Just like, right there's an example of it. Anyhow, we're going to jump quite a bit here. Beachy's third going on second is about to sneak behind me. So Beachy's says not now. He's going to turn one more time, the big red guy. He's going to turn one more time, and he's going to sneak right in behind me, which I'm gathering is the way to perform. The way to perform a wrap on the huge guy. Sneak one revolution behind him so that he can't see you and doesn't know what's going on until you're most of the way through. Now there he's poking his head, and I have some awareness. And maybe he knows that he's poking his head, and he has to go back and make me imagine that nothing is going on. So but there he is finishing up, and I need to recognize this guy is actually going for a bit of a, let me see, we're going to extend now. We are going to, so he was sneaking behind. It didn't work out for him. It's the main point there, I guess. In a very major way. Now we're finally getting the evidence of the designs that he had on me. Never see him blows, but you get some awfully good evidence that there was someone who had ambitions to do that. So now I'm getting a little bit far afield with all this extension stuff, and then whoa, this is a heck of a place to find ourselves, isn't it? Heck of a place to find ourselves, but it works out okay, and we have hopes, but no, this is too much. Although I guess we're getting okay suddenly, using this one guy as a blocker. I guess it's more the same guy that we're getting from a different perspective. Okay. And actually the next thing here, right. So can we get maybe a slight little, this is not going to help us out a great deal. I guess here is an exemplar of the idea that extensions beat wraps. Extensions beat wraps. So here's one guy, two guys in my body, and I'm at this point I'm making myself rather small with the idea going in that I wanted a wrap. We see in the background there is a player who is rather large and maybe is kind of worrisome how large he is and how near he is. And there he is again. We give a sign of a player who is rather large and near. And do I really want to get these moron bots who are going to die of their own accord if given the chance to? I think they both established rather clearly that they're bots. So we're deciding that no, we don't want to do that. Here's a third guy, also acting very bot-like and clueless. I get my extension. One of these guys has blown now of his own accord. Hugo, the other guy in my body, is bound to blow eventually. So we have three in the body. We've gotten 3 in the body, and one of them has blown. So there's only 2 left. But it is definitely extension that I am into. Maybe that, in a bot's world, that might hang around for the next revolution. This guy, we're going wide and around. So it's the 4th in my body. We see 2 more clouds. So I think we're again at 2 living beings. And this one's also acting extremely bot-like. And yes, it did hang around because you're in a bot's world where they're morons. Okay, so we've grabbed 4 in our circumference, and this guy, we'll wait around more for him later. I think we're down to just, are we down to just 1 that's in the body? But in any case, maybe we'll hang around to get this clarified once and for all. But yes, they're on the top of me. One of the bots dies. At the bottom, we're going to discover he dies. So, yeah, there he is. You can get that. I guess this is a decent time to get most of this, but we're going to mostly get extension. We're rather committed to maintaining ourselves in the area. So, pretty doubtless that bit that I missed will be available for me to get another time around. So basically, we had 4 in our body, every single one of them being bots. Every single one of them died of their own accord, and there was really no point to treat them. If there might have been a point with them being humans, and that's dubious, there's definitely no point in closing the wrap when they're bots, because they will kill themselves eventually anyhow. So we're going to jump a heck of a long ways, or not. We're actually kind of close to it. Maybe I could get you a slight margin. Did I get any kind of margin at all? Basically, the leaderboard is a thing of beauty. I'm in the 51,000s, and number 2, Tuck Frump, which is a nice name. Not sure about the sentiment. Nice name. 15,000. 15,000 is what takes seconds. I'm better than triple the first placer. And do I have a point here? Don't know if I have a point, but I'm at 51,000. Life goes on. It's not all wraps. Sometimes it's leaving and rewrapping. Okay. So we're in the 50s. No one is near. Okay. And really, I don't really have highlights to show you of daring feats, phenomenal feats. Mostly I just turn and I turn and I turn. And I turn some more. And we have something of a slightly decent size, and now we're at 60,000. Save Princess is now at 60,000. He eats and he eats and he eats, and it's never exactly phenomenal. It's really exactly phenomenal. I think I have a thing that is somewhat cool here. Maybe it's very cool. We'll see. What do my notes say? Oh, we get an adventure and a change of direction. That's what the promise is. We get something that is not quite the boring safety circle. And why might this be that we don't get the boring safety circle? Well, this guy, oh, yeah, yeah. This guy's chasing me. He doesn't realize I have a knot in my, he's not expecting the knot in my body. And so I'm going to eat fairly well, particularly with this man being my blocker. I'm going to eat pretty darn well. But, and it seems to be a pretty safe area of the world. So we're having a bit more of an adventure, but those going to be, I think fairly short lived, and we're going to find our circle again eventually. And then one wonders, is how much point is there to going elsewhere if you're going to boost and lose ground. But anyways, yes. So we've now done another one. Who is this guy? Who is this person whose YouTube channel you want to look at? Starts with the letter E. Oh, but you look up there, Samurai Sausage is on the leaderboard. And didn't we just see him die? He died at 88,000. He has been reincarnated into the same server, and he is right back high on the leaderboard. Samurai Sausage. And the next thing that comes up, can we get a precise moment here? Well, are we going to be okay? The basic thing is, I think we're going to have to look very, very close here. And I'm at home right now where my conditions are not the world's greatest. Yeah, look at the cutie pie. And he actually was quite close to my head. I think this is like the best exemplar of my size in comparison to others. I don't think it shows so much in terms of my thickness, but I think it does still, it seems to still show in terms of my relationship to the smallest worms out there. And then a little while later, 125.35 is what we're aiming for. We're not going to get much faster than this going by hand. This guy is harassing me as I missed my great moment to show me in the 70,000s, but here I am very close to the end. Very close to the end, turning. I'm getting harassed by this guy. I'm going to lose some ground wanting to juke him. I'm going to lose some mass. I'm not going to die at my greatest mass ever. And it's not really what he does to me exactly in this area, but I am getting quite annoyed and also very much desirous of extension, because he's kind of cramping my ability to extend as much as I want, and that is going to be an issue here very, very shortly. And if I turn downwards, I suppose it works, though I don't connect my body perfectly, but I try to keep it smooth. Maybe kind of forgot it about him. And this is my time to sign out, as my wife says, hello.